We got some more leaked prices that confirm more or less what we knew before about the Galaxy S20 phones. They're going to be really expensive, and a new feature that Samsung are going to introduce in the series called Quick Take for photo, which looks to be a really good feature. So a few weeks ago now, we got some leaked prices for the Galaxy S20 phones. These were released at around about the same time as we got some official renders leaks of the phones. And the prices in euros were more or less about 900 euros for the S20, more or less 1,000 euros for the S20 Plus, and more or less 1,300 euros for the Galaxy S20 Ultra. That is really incredibly expensive for the phones, but it was suggested at the time that these were actually the prices for the 5G variants, and that the 4G phones would be coming around about $100 more or less cheaper than those prices, except for the Galaxy S20 Ultra, which only has a 5G version. Some more prices were released today of all of the phones, both the 4 and the 5G versions. Obviously, these are UK prices in pounds sterling. You can see the 4G versions running about 70 or 80 pounds cheaper than the 5G versions, which works out around about $100. So this does confirm the previous leaks that the price difference of the 4 and 5G versions would be about $100, and also confirms the price of the 5G versions more or less, with the 4G versions now we know coming in just that bit cheaper. It must also be said that any 4G versions of these phones we have to assume are carrying Exynos chipsets, as if it does have a Snapdragon chipset, Qualcomm require this to come with a 5G modem. So if you are in a Snapdragon market, does this mean that there are actually no 4G versions in Snapdragon markets? Or maybe Samsung will run Exynos 4G versions alongside the Snapdragon 5G versions? This is the biggest question I have over all of the phones and the way that they're sold right now. We know the Snapdragon chipset only has a 5G version, but there are lots of 4G versions of the phone, and that must come with an Exynos chipset. So right now we don't know who's going to get access to both versions or just one version. So moving on to a really great feature that was also leaked today, something called Quick Take. With Quick Take Photo, you can go into the camera app, quickly take a photo just by snapping the shutter button, and then after the fact go into the Photos app, and you will have photos from all of the different lenses there waiting for you. You can choose which one is best and keep whatever one you want. What we don't know is if you maybe can see the images from all of the lenses at once when you're taking the photo, or if you just have to use one of the lenses and then go into your Photos app afterward to see what the other two lenses were like. We also don't know if this is automatic or if you can turn it on and off as you wish. The Huawei Mate 30 already has something similar to this for video, and also just last week we got an app from Filmic Pro called Double Take, which lets you film from one or more of the cameras on the iPhone simultaneously with picture-in-picture and live editing of different camera angles. That is just for iPhone right now though, but even LG had something called Triple Shot released a couple of years ago. So this isn't a very new feature, but it's new for Samsung phones, and I'm sure it's a feature a lot of people will be glad to see. Subscribe for all the latest tech news and videos. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.